I almost had that timed well. But alrighty then. Time to set us up a game. Of sorts. Suppose it depends on how you define game. Seeing as this one is abstract, I guess. There's a test. I don't know the full ins and outs of it, but it got ghostly whispers. Does it capture properly? I've not actually tested it. But it does. Delightful. Hello anyone, Mr. Skysen here, and welcome to the test. A thing that I've seen going around YouTube lately, people taking the test, and apparently it's just that, a test of sorts. Something where you get asked a series of questions and then the game tells you things that you may or may not know about yourself. So I figure, why not? I like answering questions. Apparently they have other games. I do believe this is supposed to be part of a trilogy. May or may not be doing them. It depends. This one was free to play, so I figured why not. So onward. And it looks like something done in RPG Maker. Oh, how delightful. I knew of this character. Did not know of the room here. A bloody bed with a dolly. A bear. Way more blood. So much more blood. What's with all the blood? Got like spooky ambience and stuff. You're like a possibly plague doctor or witch or something. You got the mask, but then you're dressed differently. I don't know. It's interesting. We've got a layering issue here. Either that or a broken off candle. Because the base of it's there and then it just abruptly cuts off. Sorry, I've got an eye for detail. I like looking at everything. Now, in order to begin, this is the most important part of this experience. This entire experience. You will be asked a series of questions, and you must answer them honestly. I like honesty. Now, when I say answer them honestly, I don't mean answer them how you'd like to answer them. Answer them with truth, even if that's hard to face. Again, I'm cool with that. I do enjoy some honesty. We all want to be good people. We rarely want to admit our faults, grievances, or mistakes. What's up with the spooky atmosphere? Is that supposed to add something to the test? But you must decide what you truly want. Do you want this to work properly? Do you want the truth about yourself, your destiny in this world? Or would you rather live a lie just to hide from yourself? I don't know. I just want to answer questions. I'm too dumb for all that. The process is very simple in theory. Just answer a long series of questions. Yay! What's difficult is self-analyzing your own psyche to evaluate the truths in your own mind and life so that you can predict your future. A little hard to predict my future because Murphy's Law, stuff like that, it is so very easy to suddenly make a right angle and things just go awry. You see, as long as you're honest with these questions and answers, you'll be able to see your own future here. This will tell you things you already know, but don't necessarily know that you know. Unknowns and unknown unknowns. Oh no! As long as the answers you provide to the questions asked are 100% honest and true, this process will simply unlock a part of your mind that you do not have natural access to. Will I get unnatural access to it? Oh boy. This isn't psychic. This isn't a personality test. This is simply nature. This is you. This is your own mind. This is simply nature taking its course. This is the human brain at work, unlocking hidden truths within itself. Well, that last part's debatable. Am not human. But, we'll see what my brain do. While attempting to answer many of these questions, you'll often wonder things like, well, this answer depends on the circumstance. Yes, I do that a lot. Gray areas and all that. Create your own circumstances in your mind and answer the questions with a simple yes or no as you see fit. You may not understand nor realize it, but your mind will develop the situation required to answer your question the way it needs to be answered. Rationalizing things. I invite you to grab a drink of water, sit back, relax, and enjoy the experience. We are about to begin with a series of questions, and provided that you are willing to participate, we will be unlocking some substantial information today. Here we go. Oh boy. And I think this is literally it for the content of the game. The only actual movement, aside from the flame back there, is just the text box. The things that people can do with such simplicity. They just set up one little scene. I think this is literally it. So it's just the one scene, and then text the entire time. So it's, I guess, a text-based game, in a way, which is neat. Do you believe that everyone should always be treated fairly? And some more fairly than others. Yes, everybody should be treated fairly. That's just fair. That means somebody does good, treat them fairly. As someone who did bad, you punish, you reward, on equal ground. Do you believe that everyone should always be treated equally? Is that not the same as fairly? But yeah, equality is good. Have you ever invented anything? Define invent. Probably not. I don't think so, anyway. No. Not unless you count ways of cleaning stuff. In which case, probably still no. Yeah, no. I don't think I've ever actually invented a new thing. Do you believe that you are worthy of someone's time investment? Oh boy. Here I am on YouTube. Well, I suppose that depends on the time investment. Do you mean anything that I do? Or do you mean somebody hanging around me? Hanging around me? Probably not. I don't really do a lot. YouTube? Maybe? And of course then it's, art is subjective type deal. Maybe somebody likes me, maybe not. Going by the analytics, no. Guess we'll just go with no then. I am not worthy. Would you consider yourself to be open-minded? Yeah, I think so. Always open to change. If I think away and somebody proves me wrong or something like that, then yeah, change my mind to it. New exciting thing comes along and I'm like, yeah, I'm on board. Typically, I just kind of roll with anything. Would you say that you sometimes have trust issues? Oh yes, that is one of the things that I will easily admit to. I don't trust nobody with nothing. Yes, double negatives. Would you be alright with living alone forever? Living alone, as in never interact with anyone else ever again? Or just living space? Because I'm currently doing that. Or do you mean no people at all? Like, could I still have pets? If I could still have pets, then yeah, sure, totally. I like the solitude. Plus, I spend a lot of time on the YouTubes, on the internets, and just taking in stuff that way. I don't really do a lot of interacting with people. Yeah, I think so. Especially if I could keep pets. Do you always give someone the benefit of the doubt? Ah. Do I? Oh, it says always. It's situational, or no, not the right wording. It's person to person, I suppose. For the most part, yeah, I give people the benefit of the doubt. I'll give, like the whole 3 strikes and you're out thing. There are people in the world that I'm like, yeah, no, because they've already proven to me that they do not deserve it. So do I always? No. Do I typically? Yes. But it says always, so no, I do not always give people the benefit of the doubt. Trust issues as well, so Do you dislike the sound of your own voice? That's a very specific question. I can't say I'm fond of it. Never have been. It's not like I hate it about myself, I just, there are some people out there with such cool sounding voices, and I am not one of them. Yeah. Do you like the color blue more than the color black? Ooh. I like both. Blue, I suppose, is technically my favorite color. I love a nice sapphire, a nice deep blue. But black goes with anything. Also, what's with this question? Of all the colors, why black and blue, I wonder? All over there is a little bit creepy. Just staring. Yeah. Much as I like black, I wear a lot of black shirts and stuff like that, because again, it goes with anything. I think I do like blue better. If you found money on the street and knew who it belonged to, would you give it back to them? Why would I not? Yeah, I'd give it back to them. Again, am honest. Are you sure you want the answers you seek? I mean, if I seek them, then yes. Also, I don't know what answers I'm seeking currently. I'm here to give you answers that you're seeking, aren't I? You're messing with my head. I'm a pudding brain. I can't deal with this. I can't do depth. But yes, if I seek an answer, I want it. Are you afraid of spiders? Afraid? No. I'm not fond of them. Some spiders I will watch from a distance. So long as we are separated, I don't mind being around them. I don't like them crawling on me. But like, I've watched some. I've given some bugs before. Yeah, I'm not afraid of them. Not necessarily. I just don't want them on me is all. That seems reasonable, right? If you knew you would emerge unscathed, would you jump into molten lava? Unscathed. Unharmed. No ouchies, no burns, no nothing. Would I be able to crawl out easily enough? And typically people think, oh, you jump into lava, sploosh. No. It's still melted rock, so it's still goop. It'd be more like, well, not quicksand. Clay? Except maybe looser? Point is, it would be firm-ish, depending on how hot. If I could be completely unharmed by it, yeah, because I've always been curious about it. Weird thing. I've always been curious what lava tastes like, because, there's food tastes different when you cook it, when it's heated. And so, like, what does dirt taste like when it's molten? Besides pain. And getting beyond that, if you could taste it, what would it taste like? I don't know why I wonder that, I just do. Would you consider yourself to be fat? Not really. No. I don't have much to say about that, I don't. Would you say that you have lots of charisma? Absolutely not. I am not a people person. I do not have the skills to deal with people. Have you ever wished you could be temporarily frozen? To what degree? Are we talking like Futurama, cryogenics? freeze myself and then wake up in another time, or like just be a person cycle for a little bit and then get thawed out? Like, no, not really. If I were to do that in order to get to another time, I would much rather just, I wish that I could just poof there, or have a time machine, something like that. But being frozen, never really crossed my mind all that much. Nah. This is all very interesting. Is it? Did you realize that the last letter of the 5 previous questions, 5 instead of 5? How dare you? When put together, spell the name Satan? Did they? Let me think back. Last letter of the previous 5 questions. Happens if I say yes? Yes. Does that make you feel uncomfortable? No. Could be coincidence. Could be planned out. Just a word, after all. Are you good at finding hidden puzzles or clues? Well, I did recently do Broken Age. Wasn't exactly hidden stuff, but I did find clues and solutions. Given that, I'm going to say no. Are you now wondering what other hidden messages are placed within these questions? Kind of, but not really. Not until you asked that. Have you been entirely honest with your answers thus far? Yeah, honest as it can be. Are you afraid of the consequences for answering questions dishonestly? I mean, this is a game, so I would assume nothing will happen to me. So, no. Were you aware that there could be potential consequences for answering dishonestly? I mean, you're a game, so no, unless the game's going to pull a jump scare with all those spookums. Are you wondering how these questions began to take a strange turn? Did they take a strange turn? No. Would you consider yourself captivated with the game? No? I don't typically do a full immersion in games. I got some kind of mental block that prevents that, so... Captivated? Unfortunately, no. Very interesting. Is it? Would you consider yourself to be brave? Oh, that's a complicated question. Bravery is being all like, I'll take the first step and do the thing and save the day. Me, I'm like, it needs doing, I'll just get it done. Darkness, terror, anything like that. Like, I just do things. Like, more than anything, I have apathy. So I just see task, do task, move on to next task. Ignore the hazards, or work around them, in the safest way I can. I guess technically that would count as brave, in a way. Like, if nobody else is able to step up, then I usually do. Yeah, okay, I'll consider myself to be brave. Not exactly afraid of a lot, at least nothing that isn't unreasonable. Stick me out in the middle of the ocean, I'm not exactly thrilled about that. Do you view yourself as someone with above average intelligence? Oh, no. I am average at best. Have you been looking for hidden messages in these questions? Nope. Pudding brain, have barely given them thought. I've just been answering the questions and having fun trying. I enjoy getting to rationalize things and think out my answers, whether they make sense to anyone else or not. Are you wondering which hidden messages you may have missed? Nope. I wonder what they are. Well, I am now, but beforehand, no. Are there actually hidden messages in this, I wonder? Is it secretly a detective game? Game theory fodder? Have you begun to wonder how long this test will take? Or how many questions exist in this session? I didn't really give it any thought, no. I don't expect it to last an entire 3-hour stream, but I did hope for an amount of content. Something fun to do. No, I have not begun to wonder. Some of these things I literally do not think of until character brings it up. Also, what's with these old dashes? Or whatever these are. Would you consider yourself to be a patient person? Yes. Simple as that. Like, I am one of the most patient people that I know. Do most humans annoy you? Yes. Humans, very pesky creatures. Do you prefer animals to people? Yes. Animals are the best people, especially dogs. Do you believe in magic? Like a young girl should? I want to believe in magic. But as for the actual hocus pocus poof a thing exists, I don't think I do. Unfortunately, be cool if it existed. But in this dimension, unfortunately, regrettably, no magic. Do you believe in God or the existence of some form of higher power? It's a tough one. That's a tough one. Do I truly believe? I think it would be neat if there were. Whether this god, that god, or the other. Or the pantheon. I want to say yes. But I don't believe in a known entity. I'll leave it at that. Do you fear death? No. I've seen so much of it. Are you attracted to someone whom you're not currently in a relationship with? No, I don't do people. Some of these are extraordinarily easy for me to answer. Then again, I am an honest person, so, some of this is coming very easily to me. Did you answer that last question with 100% honesty? Yes. Yes, I did. Are you alone? Define alone. I have 3 dogs with me right now. Does that count as having company? I'm gonna say no. If I told you with utmost certainty that there's something watching you, would you believe me? I mean, do you identify a dog as a thing? Because if so, then yes. Have you wondered who I am? Character in a game? A doll? A teddy bear? A blood bucket? Or you are the flame back there? Unless you're the entire thing. Or none of the above. You could be the game itself as an entity. That is popular these days. As for if I have actually wondered who you are? No, not really. Have you had shivers at any point during this session? No, not really. Do you feel like you're being watched? No. The only 3 in the room with me are all either napping or completely facing another direction, so yeah, I don't feel like I'm being watched. I mean, I got you 3 looking at me, but you've been there. Have you considered quitting this session early? No. Something like this, I'm gonna finish it. Do you drink water every day? Finally, a normal standard question. Yes. I may not always drink the exact amount that I need, but I do drink plenty of water. If I do not drink spring water, then I drink LaCroix. I drink LaCroix because... it's a healthier alternative to drinking cola. It's an acquired taste. I do not necessarily enjoy LaCroix, although some do taste pretty okay after a while. Cranberry's my favorite. I also like a nice blackberry one. Yeah. Yes, I drink water. Do you eat at least once per day? Every day? Yes, actually. By my diet, I try to eat exactly once per day. Maybe sometimes I graze, but once. Do you realize that there's a high probability that you've missed a plethora of hidden messages thus far? Yeah, probably. I've just not been looking out for them. Are you wondering what they are? Not really. I mean, I'm typically a curious sort, but I feel like it could also be a trick. That there were no actual hidden messages. Maybe afterward I can try to look into it, do a deep dive, or look up a video where somebody else has figured out all the hidden secrets. And the Spencer Minot returns. Welcome back and hello. Welcome to the test. The game that's been going around lately. Game. Text adventure? Something like that. It's been going around lately, so I thought I would give it a try. I have no clue how far into it I am. Would it bother you to never know without finding them yourself? The mysteries? Not really. Is your favorite number 7? No, it's 4. Life is short, but it's the longest thing we'll ever do. Do you agree? For most people, yes. That does seem reasonable. Oranges cannot be compared to apples. Do you agree? I mean, both are fruit. Both have, or can have, sweetness, tartness. They can be compared to a degree. There are different types of oranges, just as there are different types of apples. No, I disagree. They can be compared. Just not, black and white. Venus is sometimes referred to as the morning star. Did you know that? I feel like I knew that once. Or I'd heard of it. Yeah. Everyone deserves a second chance. Do you agree? Ooh, do they? Yes. But I feel like some people, depending on how poorly they behave, burn through that second chance very quickly. Like you get somebody who's pure evil or something like that. They had their second chance. They immediately continued being pure evil, and so no more second chance. Yeah, they get their second chances, but again, some people burn through those. Plus, I did early on go along with the everyone deserves to be treated equally, fairly, etc. So it seems fair for second chances. You can do anything you put your mind to. Do you agree? This is getting in line with the whole chase your dreams. It is not always wise to chase your dreams, not unless you have something to fall back on. Because if you reach too far, you might overextend and hurt yourself. Because not everyone can put all of their mind to doing anything. I would like to put my mind toward making a video game of some description. But I'm a pudding brain, so I don't actually think I could do it. I would like to, but I don't think that I would be capable. Yes, that's negative sounding, but I know my limits. If I ever made a game, it would take me a very long time. No, I don't actually agree with that. It's a nice sentiment, but I don't think I actually agree with it. Obedience is more important than freedom. Do you agree? Is this referring to anything? Because I gotta say, no, I don't agree with that. Freedom to be is kind of nice. It's a little bit better than being because you're told. Ness. Underwater adventures sound like a fun time. Do you agree? No. I like Subnautica. That's as far as I'll go in underwater adventures. And even then, it's extremely tense and paranoid feeling. Yeah, like, do they sound fun? No, because my mind races with everything that could go wrong, such as being eaten. Or being eaten. Or being eaten. A lot of stuff crosses my mind when it comes to underwater things. Did you realize that the first letters of the previous 8 questions spelled the phrase, I love you? You know, I should really start keeping up with these things. But no, I did not realize. Do you wish to be loved? To what degree? The way a person loves another person, or the way a person loves a good steak? I'm good without. I mean, early on, you asked if I could be alone forever, and I said yes, so yeah, I'm good without being loved. Have you ever felt hated? Oh, yeah. Because of the whole honesty thing. I tend to rub people the wrong way. Do you have any addictions? Not that I am aware of. I don't exactly do a lot. Some people have claimed that I'm addicted to video games or the computer or whatever, but no, I mean, I'm able to be away from those for extended periods and not get the itch or anything like that. So yeah, no, I think I'm good. Do I have any addictions? No. Do you dislike the color pink? Dislike it? No. Some shades of pink are kinda nice, actually. Maybe it's one of those things where they try to shake up the wording to throw you off. Does the color gray seem depressing? No, I actually quite like gray. Though, fun fact, because I am slightly colorblind, depending on the shades, gray and pink can blend together with me. It's the weirdest thing, and it makes doing art very difficult. Do you enjoy loud music? Just music in general? I mean, it's okay. I used to listen to my music very loud. Then it became no longer necessary for it to be so loud. Sensitive ears and all that, I didn't want to blow them out. Do you like to dance? No. Not particularly. I don't dislike it. I don't exactly have a lot of rhythm for dancing. It'd be neat being able to do some dancing and like shuffling and all that, but like, too much like effort. Nah. Would you consider yourself normal? Would you? What's normal? No, not really. Do you love your parents? I don't have any. I don't know. It's hard to answer some of these questions when you don't fulfill the criteria, I guess would be the phrasing. Yeah, when it doesn't apply. Have you ever been lied to? Yes. Yes, I have. Frequently. For a very long time. And by many people. Do you get angry often? Nope. At least I try not to. I'll get frustrated. Yeah, sometimes with games, especially if puzzles run a little too long. Yeah, I can get frustrated, but angry, I typically try to avoid actual, genuine anger. Or any extreme emotion like that. Last time I got angry, that was the last anybody ever heard of the dinosaurs. So yeah, I try to keep that in check. Do I get angry often? No. Do you hold grudges? Do I? Grudges. What is a grudge, exactly? Actually, I actually have to look into that right now, hang on. I know what a grudge is supposed to be, but I need the literal definition. A persistent feeling of ill will or resentment resulting from a past insult or injury. Yeah, that's roughly what I thought it was. Do I hold grudges? If it's just a feeling of ill will, then yes. I probably shouldn't, but I do. Have you ever forgiven someone? Yes. A lot of people. Because of the whole second chances and treating people fairly and yada yada yada. That way I've already covered. Have you ever done something that you knew you shouldn't have done, but you still did it anyway? Hasn't everyone? Yes. Have you ever lied? Have I? I mean, I feel like everybody has lied at least a little bit at some point, whether they meant to or not. Plus, it depends on your definition of lying. Some people consider omission lying, or as a general form of dishonesty, like you don't tell somebody and somehow that's lying. Yeah. I can't recall any lies immediately, but I'm sure at some point a lie has come out. Have you ever cheated on a test? No. I don't think. No. Usually whenever it came to a test, I either gave the answers that I could, or I didn't. Well, I either answered things or I answered incorrectly, basically, so, yeah. No, never cheated. Though typically, I've always been pretty good at taking tests. I assume this one as well? Well, that's reassuring. Hey, thanks. Do you think flowers are more beautiful than trees? Well, that's an odd question. And it depends on the flowers and the trees. Some trees can be really pretty. Nice maple tree, get all the red leaves going on. Man, let me think on that one. Then again, I'm only so into flowers. I've never been all that big into the plants. Molten-y. Do I think they're more beautiful than trees? No. I think they're about the same. Have you ever wanted to be an animal instead of a person? Ever? Yeah, probably. I can't recall. It would have been a long time ago, but probably. Because I feel like most everybody at some point's been like, oh, it'd be so cool to be this animal and not have to do anything. Usually as a way of escaping responsibilities or just wanting to lounge and take a vacation, something like that. Do you believe that you have psychic powers? Oddly enough, yes, to a very minor degree. I'm somehow able to read people frequently. Like, they'll approach me wanting to say something, do something, ask a question, and then I'll just blurt out whatever the response would be. I have freaked out so many people doing that, and I don't know how I do it. So yeah, I don't know how I do it, I don't know what I do, but yeah, minor powers. And I don't have the ability to, like, read the future or anything like that. That's kind of nonsense, but, I feel like something's going on with me. Have you ever seen a ghost? Seen? No. Been in the presence of? Maybe. But seen, I mean, a little bit hard to see a ghost. They're ethereal. Do you dream often? Dreaming requires sleep. I don't do that. So do I dream often? No. Do you have nightmares often? Well, if I don't dream often, then I don't have nightmares often, do I? They're roughly the same. One just gets your heart racing a bit more often. No. Do you suffer from anxiety attacks? I've never been tested for that, but I don't think so. Do you suffer from depression? Never been tested for it? I don't think so. I got ADD. That can border on, having similar things, but depression itself, I don't think so. Do you exercise often and stay active? Not as much as I would like, although I am hoping in the near future to change that. Get like a fitness room set up, stuff like that. Get back to cardio. Often to stay active? No, not currently. Is there a particular type of food that you despise? Despise? Oh, that's a harsh word. I got foods that I don't like. Like, I'm not big on onion. But if I absolutely have to, if it's in a dish and I otherwise cannot get rid of it, I mean, I'll still make myself eat it. I just won't enjoy it. Though I'll eat onion if it's like caramelized or fried. Like onion ring. I like those. Just oddly enough, not when it's like chopped up and served in something. Something about the texture mostly. Not a fan of the taste, but it's mostly the texture. Same with peppers. Like, I like spicy stuff. I like the spice of a nice pepper. But the actual texture of eating the food itself, not a fan. It's because it's soft and crunchy at the same time. It just weirds me out. Anything else? Not a fan of Brussels sprouts. But again, I'll eat them if I have to. But despise. Again, that's a harsh word. I don't think that there is any particular food that I outright despise. I won't enjoy it, but I won't be like, ew, get it away from me, kill it. Yeah, no. Somehow I spent longer rationalizing that one than I did like more deep questions. But hey, I like food. Would you consider yourself emotionally wounded? Emotionally wounded. Wounded. What is emotionally wounded, exactly? Some of the phrasing in this confuses me. Wounded feels more like it implies somebody set out to harm me emotionally. Is it that? Or is it just having emotional damage? I mean, if I just take it that way, then probably. Have you ever felt betrayed? Yes. Kind of. Not like, oh my god, I can't believe you did that, but yeah. Just as a general feeling. Because there's the whole, have you been lied to, and yes, I have. So like, there's betrayal in that. Do you ever feel lost in life? I feel like a little bit of everybody does at some point, so yes. Some of these are just general things that I feel would apply to most, if not everyone. Would you consider yourself a natural leader? No. Which also goes along with the previous question of do I have charisma? No. Yeah, no. Not a leader. I am capable of leading. Again, heading back to the brave question. If nobody else is willing, I take the first step forward. So, like, I can lead through that, but only if I just have to. If there's no other option, I'll take the way. But otherwise, if I'm a natural leader, no. I'm not gonna be like, I'll do the thing. No, it's like, somebody has to. That kind of thing. If you could push a button and destroy the world, would you press it? Which world? Is it Earth? If Earth world, yes. I don't live there. Doesn't apply to me. Sorry, guys. Do you sometimes dream of being a hero? Do you mean like daydream or like dream? Because we've already gone over the whole dreaming thing. And I feel like if I say yes, then suddenly I'm lying on the whole dream thing. If you mean daydream, imagine Kind of. But only in the sense of, like, stepping in at the right time and saving the day, not like being superhero guy. I'm gonna say yes and hope that this is not in conflict with the previous dream-related question. Because I don't know in which way it means dreaming. Have you ever been bullied? Yes. Not in a long time, but yes. Have you ever bullied someone else? No. Simple as that. Like, I'm not a bully type. I mean, I've trolled people, but usually lighthearted stuff. Pick on some people just because I'm a caustic type. But never just... what's the word? Drawing a complete blank. What's the word? Oh no. I have completely forgotten what I was going to say. Never outright aggression towards somebody with the intent of making them miserable. Yeah, I don't do that. I make jokes, bad puns, stuff like that just to pester somebody, but I never go beyond pestering. It's all lighthearted with me. So yeah, no. Never bullied anybody. Would you consider yourself to be a dreamer? Like daydreaming? Dreaming of a better tomorrow? Wishful thinking? Stuff like that? A little bit, yeah. Part of that might be because of the whole ADD thing, and my mind is just constantly going anyway. But yeah, a little bit. Do you sometimes hurt people's feelings unintentionally? Constantly. Well, not so much lately, but still, it has been a frequent thing with me because of my whole honesty thing. People ask my opinion, and then they get it. Do you find space fascinating? Outer space? Like the whole stars and all that? It's alright. Would you consider yourself to be an artist? Once upon a time. Kind of. Maybe. A little bit. I doodled, anyway. Haven't really done anything since. So would I consider myself to be an artist now? No. I mean, I create content, I guess, but I don't know if that counts as an artist. No. Would you consider yourself to be a good friend? Ugh, I hate that phrase. Good friend. It feels like more of an insult than anything. I'm not a friend, is the problem there. I don't do friendship, so I try to be a good person, treat people fairly, etc. So I guess? Yeah? Would you consider yourself to be flawed? Incredibly so. Have you ever fantasized about being a supervillain or performing a heinous, egregious crime? What's the difference between heinous and egregious? Well, earlier I did say that I would push the button to blow up the world, so probably. Do you believe in perfection? That's a tough one. It's one of those yes and no situations. I believe there probably are perfect things out there, but they are unattainable. Unable to be mimicked in any way, what with being perfect. They're those types of things that if you ever experienced them, you would probably kill yourself because you wouldn't want to experience anything other than that. It's like, oh my gosh, I've had the perfect drink, I can't live without it, and then dead. I'm gonna say yes. It's just nothing that anyone has experienced and lived to tell the tale. Have you ever stolen from someone? I don't think so. That comes with the whole honesty thing. I'm not big on the stealing and all. Yeah, no. I don't think I've stolen from anyone. Would you ever kill someone under any circumstances? Self-defense, I guess? Yes? If you had one day to live, would you tell anyone? Probably. Somebody would have to do something with the corpse. Have you ever told your darkest secrets to someone? What's a darkest secret? Would that be the whole killing someone thing? I get secrets. What are darkest secrets? I've heard that phrase for a long time, but I don't actually know what a dark secret is. Aside from, I murdered somebody. Oh no, don't tell anyone. Like, I don't think I have dark secrets. No, I guess. Do you trust me even though you know nothing about me? I mean, you're a video game. I don't feel trust or distrust towards you. No? Do you know who I am? You're a game. No. Or yes. I mean, you're a game. Or do you mean your name? Huh. I don't know who you am. Well, I know who you are. Do you? If I appeared behind you right now, would you scream? If you appeared behind me right now, I'd be more confused than anything. It's a wall behind me. If I told you that I've been behind you this entire time, would that scare you? Again, I'd be more confused than anything. No. Of course not. That would be silly, no, wouldn't it? Would you consider yourself to be empathetic? Feeling the feelings of others, yes? Actually, there's always sympathy and empathy, and I get them confused. Looking it up. Ability to understand and share the feelings of another. That one's incredibly conditional, but on the whole, I would have to go with no, because my emotions are broken, so I cannot always relate to people on an emotional level. I can sometimes sympathize with them, but empathy, I just accept that they feel a way and leave them to that. Would you consider yourself to be romantic? In what sense? Romantic, as in people romanticizing high adventures on the seas, or romantic as in, smooth jazz and a bit of bubbly? No? I mean, I can be romantic, but that's just me following, like a checklist of things to do that would be romantic. Like, can I be romantic? No. I can do romantic things, but no. It comes along with whole, I'm not all that emotional, so, no. Plus it requires having an interest in people, which I do not have. Have you ever been in a physical fight? Have I? No. I mean, I did sparring, because I used to do martial arts, but, no actual conflict. Are you prone to headaches or migraines? Kind of. Migraines, not so much headaches, thankfully. Not that migraines are much better, but, headaches is direct hurt. Migraine, whenever I get migraines, it's not hurt, but I am slowed down a little bit, light sensitive, and I get partial blindness sometimes. It's unpleasant, but usually if I lie down for a few minutes, then I'm better. But am I prone to them? that makes it sound like something frequent, which it's not. No. Do you look at the ground when you walk? When I walk, I look a little bit of everywhere because I'm constantly taking in my surroundings at all moments of every day. ADD and all that, plus paranoia. So I guess technically I do, but you probably mean do you keep your head down? No. Plus that's just dangerous. Are you attracted to the opposite sex? I'm attracted to nobody. Would you ever shave your head? I have! Well, it's growing back right now, but last couple of years, I have shaved my head at the start of the year and let it all regrow for, fresh start. Plus it makes, shower time super quick. Yes. Are you attracted to muscular bodies? Not particularly, no. I don't mind somebody being a little bit toned, but when they're like bodybuilder, like, oh, look at all these muscles. Yeah, not so much. I don't really find the appeal. Do you ever dance when no one is looking? Do you? You don't look like you move much. Any of you. No. Skysen don't dance. Do you trust your best friend entirely? Closest thing I've got to a best friend is my dog. I suppose? What am I trusting my dog to do? I get the feeling maybe I am not the best person to be taking this sort of test. You need social skills. Do you remember your childhood extremely well? I mean, when the universe happened, I was already here. If I had a childhood, it was a long time ago. And that memory has long since eroded. No? Would you rob a bank if you could get away with it? Well, that goes along with the have you ever stolen anything and all about, be honest 100% in. This is neither of those things. Would I like the money? Maybe. Would I rob the bank? Probably not. I wouldn't worry too much about the guilt or anything like that, but the paranoia and, somebody at some point would probably figure it out. So no. Do you ever dream about running from a killer? I think I've heard some people say that they've had such dreams, but me, no. Though, again, that requires sleeping. I don't. So I don't dream. So no. Do you ever dream about falling off a cliff? This one actually... kind of? Once upon a time I had an organ removed and so I was knocked out. Put under anesthesia, whatever. And something about that or some of the medicines that they had me on following that, I don't know. I was basically in and out of being alive? Kind of. Not like dying or anything like that, but every now and then it felt like my body just kind of shut off, which was mildly concerning. So I had this weird, series of dreams, I guess, in that. One of them was dreaming that I was, I think, in a sarcophagus or something like that, in a crypt, covered in vines and could not breathe. And at one point during all of that, I dreamed about falling off a mountain or jumping off. And then suddenly I was flying over a rainforest or jungle as Captain Planet. It was very strange. So do I ever dream about falling off a cliff? Technically, I guess yes. But only ever once. But I don't know if that's what this is referring to. This probably means, like, oops, I'm falling to my doom, and then waking up right before you hit. If you mean that, no, because of the whole not sleeping, not dreaming, etc., etc. But I did have that one dream. Do you ever dream about being naked in public? No. That's a weird dream to have, and I wonder why so many people have that dream. Do you enjoy scary movies or books? Typically, no. I don't dislike them. But the thing is, they kind of bore me. A lot of them. Like some of the 80s slasher stuff and the stuff from before those. Yeah, sure, like classic horror type things. Some of them kind of corny and all of that. So like they were enjoyable. And this is gonna be kind of weird. Horror films entertain me in that I find them funny. Watching the people do stupid things, like going into the obvious trap room and then dying. Or like Cabin in the Woods. Horror movie. I found it to be more of a comedy than anything. So like, I process them differently. Do I enjoy them? Kind of. Just not as scary movies. Books, no, not at all. I'm not a big book person, regrettably. I would like to be, but I'm one of those, I'll sit there reading the same paragraph over and over and over for hours and not actually absorb anything. So I gotta go with the visual medium. I guess. I don't go out of my way to watch them. Do you enjoy comedic television shows or movies? Now these, yes. I much prefer comedy, because, well, it's already comedy. Do you like being the center of attention? No. Ironic, considering I have a YouTube channel and do live streams. But as for, like, if I'm out in a group of people, would I want to be the center of attention? No, not really. I don't function around people. Do you feel like something is always watching you? Are you quoting music? No. Occasionally, paranoia might kick in, but for the most part, no. I never really feel like something is watching. Just more that something might be around. You know? If that makes any sense. Like it's there, but not necessarily stalking me personally. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to go to space? I mean, I live in space. Technically I live in Jupiter, but I've been in space. It's not all that impressive, it's just kind of cold. Or hot, depending on where you're looking. Free floating. No, deep space, that might be kind of fun. Yeah, sure. I'll look at it as traveling through space. Have you ever had an out-of-body experience? I have heard of that so many times, but I am not fully certain on what an out-of-body experience is. Because typically, whenever people describe out-of-body experience, they mean that in, oh, I was floating above myself, watching the room and stuff like that. Is that all that it is? Because if that's what it is, then no. I have had experiences where I've been doing stuff and then suddenly my body is moving on its own and it feels like I'm looking out through my own eyes as things happen. I'm conscious of what's going on, but, I'm not in control of that. Is that out of body? Well, I guess that would be locked in body. Huh. I guess no. Yeah, have I ever had an out-of-body experience? No. Have you ever punched a nun? No? No, I've never even met a nun. Don't they normally keep to themselves? Do you like dogs better than cats? Yes. I have 3. Do you prefer to read more than you prefer to watch movies? No, I already discussed that. As much as I would like to be a reader of sorts. I mean, I read comics. Well, I collect comics. I haven't actually read them in a long time. I really need to catch up on them. But no, I prefer to watch movies. It's easier for me. Are you still wondering why I asked you if you've ever punched a nut? Not really. Seemed kind of in line with everything else you've been asking. Do you get starstruck easily? What, like if I met a celebrity that I enjoy, would I be like, oh my gosh, it's you? No, probably not. I've always felt that if I were to meet somebody, an actor that I really enjoyed, I would be like, oh cool, hi. And then let them get back to their business, unless they otherwise felt the need to converse with me. Because they're just people. They're people that I like who, you know, do this or that, but it's still just people. I don't want to get in their way. Do you hate going to big parties and social gatherings? That is accurate. Hate? Again with a strong word. But I'm gonna go with yes. Is your favorite part of your birthday receiving presents? I don't have a birthday, I've always existed. But I do like presents. But that cake, though. Yeah, I'm going with the presents. I like things. Is your favorite part of your... Hello? Oh no. It froze. Butts. Seriously? The game just froze. Unless it froze to lull me into a sense of false security, and then, give me a present of a jump scare or something. Sorry. Stretching. What do I do here? Oh no, no. It's kind of weird that I was able to click on the yes again. Alright, hang on. Yep. Eh? I can right click and it makes that noise. Oh no. Butts. Unfortunately, I had to close the window out. I wonder what happened. Is that a known thing? Check out. New game. Other options. Oh no. Nice. This is Final Fantasy VII noise. Or just a generic noise that maybe they also used. Well, but there is no continue. This sucks. Gotta do the whole thing again. And we were halfway through the stream. Oh no. Well, fortunately, I should be able to just redo everything. And don't answer how you'd like to answer. We all want to be good people. Answer it honestly. Properly. The truth. Yada yada yada. That is very inconvenient. It's such a simple game? Question mark. And yet it still froze up on me. The heck. Funny thing is this game came out in, I think, 2020. So it's had a while. And yet it still has bugs. This isn't psychic. It isn't a personality test. This is simply nature. You're learning about you. Is this hot? Come on, guy. Or lady? I don't know who or what you are. But I want to get back to what I was doing. Is this plot? Grab a drink of water, sit back, relax. Let's see. Always be treated fairly? Yes. Equally? Yes. Have I ever invented anything? No. Do I believe that I am worthy of someone's time investment? I think I answered no to that. No. Would I consider myself to be open-minded? Yes. Would you say that you sometimes have trust issues? Yes, absolutely. Alright living alone forever? Yes. Do you always give someone the benefit of the doubt? Do I always? Oh, I forget how I answered this. Oh no. Because this was one of those that I did some rationalism that I thought out. Tripping over my own tongue now. Do I always? No. It's all about the wording in these. Just like the sound of my own voice? Yes. Do I like the color blue more than the color black? Yes. If you found money on the street and knew who it belonged to, would I give it back to them? Yes. Am I sure I want the answers that I seek? Yes. That's why I'm seeking them. Are you afraid of spiders? No. If you knew that you could emerge and escape, would you jump into, or unscathed, would you jump into molten lava? Yes, out of curiosity. Would you consider yourself to be fat? No. Would you say that you have lots of charisma? Absolutely not. Have you ever wished you could be temporarily frozen? Not really. This is all very interesting. Do you realize the last... Oh, I forgot about that, otherwise I could have double-checked on that. Yes, is what I put... does that make you uncomfortable? No. Are you good at finding hidden puzzles or clues? No. Are you now wondering what other hidden messages? No. Have you been entirely honest with your answers thus far? Yes. Are you afraid of the consequences? No. Were you aware that there could be potential consequences? No. Are you wondering how these questions began to take a strange turn? No. Would you consider yourself captivated? No. Very interesting. Maybe. Would you consider yourself to be brave? Yes. Would you do you view yourself as someone who is above average intelligence? I got caught in the series of questions asking the similar thing. No. Have you been looking for hidden messages? No. Are you wondering which hidden messages you may have missed? No. Have you begun to wonder how long this test will take? No. Would you consider yourself to be a patient person? Yes. Do most humans annoy you? Yes. It defaults to yes. I don't have to double click on it. Do you prefer animals to people? Yes. Do you believe in magic? Like a young girl should. Sadly no. Do you believe in God or the existence of some form of higher power? I believe in my puppy getting up from a nap and flapping his ears around. Do you fear death? No. It's a part of everything. Are you attracted to someone whom you're not currently in a relationship with? No. Did you answer that question with 100% honesty? Yes. Are you alone? No, I have dogs. If I told you with utmost certainty that there is something watching you, would you believe me? I forget how I answered this one earlier because he's trying to be creepy. My puppy is watching me. Have you wondered who I am? No. Have you had shivers at any point? No. Do you feel like you're being watched? Currently, yes. My puppy is, well, I don't know if he's watching me, but he's just curled up behind me. But I'm gonna say no because I said no earlier. Have you considered quitting this session early? Considered? No, but I had to a moment ago because it froze up. Do you drink water? Yes. Did you eat? Yes. Do you realize that there's a high probability you've missed a plethora of hidden messages? What did I say for that? Did I realize? I want to say yes? I forget what I said to this before. Are you wondering what they are? No. Would it bother you to never know? Not really. Is your favorite number 7? No. Why would it be? I guess because lucky number 7. Life is short, but it's the longest thing we'll ever do. Do you agree? Yes. Oranges cannot be compared to apples. Do you agree? No. Venus is sometimes referred to the morning star. Did you know that? Yes. Everyone deserves a second chance. Do you agree? Yes, but sometimes people burn through that second chance. You can do anything you put your mind to. Do you agree? No. Obedience is more important than freedom. Do you agree? No. Underwater adventures sound like a fun time. Do you agree? No. I wonder if the obedience versus freedom thing is like everybody being free and just, anarchy. And nobody working together. I wonder if that's the point. Some of these are worded just vaguely enough to make you really think. Like this. Underwater adventures sound like a fun time. Maybe. A little bit. Like you think of Subnautica. Horrifying giant monsters coming to attack you, but that aside, could be fun. But no. Because of the whole horrifying giant monsters. Did you realize that the first letters of the previous 8 questions spelled the phrase I love you? No. Do you wish to be loved? Take or leave it. Have you ever felt hated? Yes. Do you have any addictions? No. Do you dislike the color pink? No. Some shades of it are nice. Does the color gray seem depressing? No. I like gray. I can see it coming off as depressing if literally everything is gray. If you're in a dead world and everything is just gray ash, then yeah, like I get that. But just the color gray on its own, that's fine. Do you enjoy loud music? It's okay. Do you like to dance? No, not really. Would you consider yourself normal? No, not really. Do you love your parents? Don't have any. Have you ever been lied to? Plenty. Do you get angry often? No, I try not to. Do you hold grudges? Yes, unfortunately. Have you ever forgiven someone? Yes, unfortunately. Have you ever done something that you knew you shouldn't have done, but still did it anyway? Who hasn't? Have you ever lied? Again, yes, but I can't recall when, because it's one of those things, a little bit of everybody's done it at some point, even if they weren't aware. Have you ever cheated on a test? No. Well, that's reassuring. Do you think flowers are more beautiful than trees? No. I think they are roughly equal. Some trees can even be better than flowers. Have you ever wanted to be an animal instead of a person? A little bit. A little bit of everyone has. Do you believe you have psychic powers? Yes. Have you ever seen a ghost? No. Do you dream? No. Do you have nightmares? No. Both of those require sleep, which I do not. Anxiety attacks? No. Depression? I don't think so. I got ADD, could be this, could be that. It's hard to know. Do you exercise often and stay active? Unfortunately, no, but I hope to change that in the near future. Is there a particular type of food you despise? No. Despise is such a harsh word. I mean, I got foods that I don't like, but despise. Would you consider yourself emotionally wounded? I suppose so, but I feel like a lot of people are. Have you ever felt betrayed? Yes. I mean, the wounds have to come from somewhere. Do you ever feel lost in life? A little bit of everybody does, at some point. Would you consider yourself a natural leader? No, not natural. If you could push a button to destroy the world, would you? Yes, absolutely. Do you sometimes dream of being a hero? What did I say to this? It goes along with the whole, you mean dreaming as in daydreaming or sleep dreaming? Like, what do you want from me here? I think, yes? But not in the superhero sense, in the stepping in the nick of time to do the thing. Have you ever been bullied? Yes. Have you ever bullied someone? No. Would you consider yourself to be a daydreamer? Yes. Do you sometimes hurt people's feelings unintentionally? Yes. Not lately, but yes. Honesty and all. Do you find space fascinating? It's alright. Would you consider yourself to be an artist? No. Would you consider yourself to be a good friend? To my dogs, yes. Would you consider yourself to be flawed? Absolutely. Have you ever fantasized about being a supervillain? Yes. But with the whole pressing the button to blow up the world. Do you believe in perfection? Yes, but it's unattainable. Have you ever stolen from someone? Also, would not perfection be, subjective? I almost gave the wrong answer to that. Ever stolen? No. Would you ever kill someone under any circumstances? Self-defense. Probably. If you had one day to live, would you tell anyone? Yes. So they would know what to do with the corpse. Have you ever told your darkest secrets to someone? I don't know that I have any dark secrets. So I guess no. Do you trust me even though you know nothing about me? No, you're a game. Do you know who I am? Yeah, you're a game. If I appeared behind you right now, would you scream? No, I'd be confused because it's a wall. If I told you that I've been behind you this entire time, would that scare you? Well, right now my dog is behind me, so it would still be very confusing. Of course not. That would be silly, now, wouldn't it? I think we're about caught up now. Would you consider yourself to be empathetic? No. I cannot relate well on an emotional level. Would you consider yourself to be romantic? No. I am capable of doing romantic things, but not being romantic myself. Kind of like a parrot, speaking words, but not actually knowing what they are. Have you ever been in a physical fight? No. Not unless you count sparring. Are you prone to headaches or migraines? Prone to? No. Have I experienced them? Yes. Do you look at the ground when you walk? Technically, yes, but I look all over. I'm assuming it means do you keep your gaze down? No. Are you attracted to the opposite sex? I'm attracted to no sex. Would you ever shave your head? I have. Are you attracted to muscular bodies? No. The overly muscular ones look weird to me. Do you ever dance when no one is looking? No. Do you trust your best friend entirely? My best friend is my dog. I trust him to be a dog. Do you remember your childhood extremely well? No. That was before this universe. Would you rob a bank if you could get away with it? No. The whole dishonesty thing. Would you ever dream about running from a killer? Or do you ever dream about it? No. It requires dreaming, which requires sleeping, which I don't. Do you ever dream about falling off a cliff? That one time when I was under anesthesia, but not typically, and it wasn't really about falling off a cliff. No. Do you ever dream about being naked in public? You ask about a lot of dreams, don't you? No. Do you enjoy scary movies or books? What did I answer for this? I think it was yes, but not for the right reasons. I find them funny. Comedy, yes. Center of attention? No. Do I feel like something's always watching me? No. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to go to space? Been there, done that. Go to deep space? Maybe. Have you ever had an out-of-body experience? No. I've had a locked-in body experience. Have you ever punched a nut? No. Do you like dogs better than cats? Yes. Do you prefer to read more than you prefer to watch movies? No. Are you still wondering why I asked if you ever punched a nut? No. Do you get starstruck easy? No. Then again, I don't recall ever meeting a celebrity. Do you hate going to big parties and social gatherings? Hate is a strong word, but I'm not fond of it. No. Is your favorite part of your birthday receiving presents? Yes, I guess. I don't have a birthday. I've always existed. Seriously though, have you ever punched a nun? Like, really? Just bam, right in the face. Nun punch. No. Did you laugh? Did I? I don't think so, no. Did you say, what the what? In your head, or even out loud? No. Are you now eager to somehow get the opportunity to punch a nun sometime soon? Not really. I'm eager to answer more questions. If there's a heck, do you think you're going to it? Ugh. Okay, that's a question. I would hope not. I try to be decent. No? Do you enjoy fantasy fiction games? Heck yeah. Do you masturbate frequently? No. That's a personal question. Are you wondering what constitutes frequently? I wasn't. Are you more than slightly uncomfortable right now? I could use a better chair, but no. Is your mouth dry? Little bit, actually. Little bit. I could use a drink. One moment. Happens with games where I have to read extra. Ah, that's better. Peach soda. For the curious. Does profanity make you uncomfortable? No. Some people really overdo it. But no. I don't do it myself, but I'm fine with other people doing. And I do feel that sometimes certain words just best fit a situation. Like a big explosion happens and somebody just blurts it out like, yeah, that seems appropriate. Like even if you don't say it, you might think it. Do you believe in legendary beasts such as Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot? Those two specifically? No, because one was a guy in a suit and the other one was like a film prop, I think. Not the dinosaur, as some people theorized about it. No. I mean, there might be some legendary beasts, but as for these examples, no. Be neat. Are you poor with money management? No. Skysen holds Skysen money very tightly. Very frugal. I go through very few resources. I try to hold on to as much as I can, in the event that I need money for anything else later on. I like to plan out my money as much as possible. Should I decide to buy something for someone else, I will start setting aside tiny bits of money here and there up until I am able to buy that thing for that someone else, as well as dividing my money other ways to pay for other things such as things for myself, for my pets, or whatever. I divide all of it. I micromanage my money. Choose one of these numbers that you feel resonates with you most in this very moment. Nice. Resonates with me in this very moment? Ugh, I don't like that they're all odd numbers, but I guess I'll go with 11. I don't know why. I'm just feeling 11, so I guess that's resonating. Choose one of these colors that you feel resonates with you most in this very moment. Blue, green, red, purple, gray, black. In this very moment. Either green or purple. Green? Purple? I'm like a swirl right now. Green and purple. I'm gonna go green. But I don't know why. Choose one of these words that you feel resonates with you in this very moment. Wicked, sick, plagued, wretched, toxic, vile. In this very moment? Now, typically, I would go with toxic, for I am a toxic person. But in this very moment, I don't really know. I don't feel like any of these really resonate with me. Sort of leaning toward plagued and wretched. But similar to the previous questions, I'm not sure why. Plagued? I don't know. Choose one of these words. Blessed, glorious, divine, angelic, heavenly, celestial. I'm feeling a little bit celestial. Choose one of these words. Luck, skill, strength, agility, intellect, charm. Funny thing, luck. Well, typically in games, strength is the thing that I like giving my my characters the most of. Just because I like being able to punch through everything or carry a lot of stuff in games where strength lets you carry. But if I'm not using strength, I like having lots of luck in games. Just for the amusement factor. But resonating with me right now, I don't know, I'm feeling strength. A lot of my choices seem to be like right in here. Do you enjoy solving mathematical puzzles? No. I don't do numbers. It takes having a functioning brain. Do you speak more than one language fluently? Fluently? No. Used to. Pudding brain, though. I kind of forgot most everything. Have you ever visited a country other than your own? Yes, but I don't remember the experience. It was brief. Do you enjoy coffee? No. I like coffee ice cream. I like coffee sweets. Coffee flavored things. But I don't like coffee itself. No. Tastes weird to me. Do you believe in demons? I believe in worse. I believe in humans. Sure. Do you believe in angels? I mean, you can't have one without the other. Are you afraid of sharks? Huh. Again, I'm not a big fan of the ocean, and I feel that my concerns are justified because of the whole things in the ocean can eat you. I don't consider it a phobia. I don't consider it irrational fear. I consider it a legitimate concern because things can eat you. Am I afraid of sharks? I don't want to say yes, but I feel like that is just, given the words provided, that's the best answer that I can give. I can't just say no, because if I were to meet one You know, up close, I would probably freeze up, be like, oh crap, it's a shark. Because, you know, it could eat me. If it were a tiny shark, then yeah, I didn't know, I'd be fine with that. Yeah, am I afraid of sharks? I guess? I'm not in the ocean with them, I'm, you know, fine, whatever. Do you prefer baths over showers? No. It's people's soup, you're soaking in your own filth. Ew. I do shower. Like a civilized person. Does the smell of perfume or cologne give you headaches? Headaches? No. If I've already got a headache, then yeah, it can make it worse, but no. I don't like it, though. Especially when people put way too much on. Do you see a shadow move in your room Did you see a shadow move in your room a few moments ago? There are very few shadows going on in my room right now. Did I need to play this with the lights out or something? No. I saw my dog move. That's unfortunate. You missed it. Do you ever hear your name being called even when you know no one is calling it? Ever? Yes. Auditory hallucinations, I guess? Maybe? Or having weird memories? But not very often. It's like single digits in my lifetime. And that's a long time. Do things in your home often go missing and then reappear later? Regrettably, yes. I am very forgetful. Do you ever hear footsteps around you when you're alone? When I'm alone? No. When it's just me, but also the dogs, yes, footsteps frequently. But if it's just me, no. I hear my own footsteps, but not around me, they're under me. Do you ever hear random knocking noises around you? Are you suddenly gonna have a knocking noise going? Try to spook me? Are we suddenly gonna turn into a spook game now? Because I'm still wondering why we've got the creepy atmosphere and everything for a test. Is it to make you feel anxious about the whole thing? But do I hear random knocking noises? No. Do you often look at the same time on the clock every day? Look at the same time on the clock every... What? What? Well, like, check the time and then do something and then check the time again? Or... I don't fully understand this question. No? Have you ever felt your feet being grabbed at night while sleeping? Again, I don't sleep, but no, I don't think that I've ever felt that without someone actually grabbing my feet. Do you have any pets? Yes. Dogs. Is your favorite color green? Is that about me picking green earlier? Or did I pick purple? I forget. I was kind of alternating between the two. But no. My favorite color, blue. Deep blue. Are you attracted to a family member? Ew. Also, no. If you won the lottery, would you share the money with anyone? Depends on how much I get. If I get like millions and millions, I might share with charity, I guess. If you mean anybody I know, I don't know anybody. Nobody I would share with anyway. I mean, if you mean anyone, then and charity counts, then maybe I guess that. Maybe give some to, like, animal shelters. But if you mean, like, people, probably not. I might get them things, but I wouldn't hand over my money. I'm very tight with my money, as I had mentioned earlier. But I'm going to assume it means literally anyone, which could lean toward charities. So, yes? If you could be the dictator of your own country, would you accept the role? That's a position of leadership. How big of a country is it? What are my roles? What are my responsibilities? Typically when it comes to dictatorship, it's, whatever you say goes. Doesn't mean I have to make it a terrible place. I could be a dictator of a utopia. Or something. Would I accept the role? Yes. And then when things started to suddenly collapse after 5 minutes, I would either hand over the role to somebody else and say blame that guy, or I would use my dictatorship to make a high council and let them do all the work. Yes. Plus the whole supervillain thing from earlier. Do you ever wonder what it would be like to be in prison? No. Because I already know that it would be very unpleasant. Do you like fishing? I mean, it's alright. I haven't been in a very long time, but it's good for just relaxing. I'm not good at fishing, by the way. I have caught a handful of fish in my various times fishing. Most of them were not large enough to actually keep. It's a fun experience when you get something. I caught a turtle once. Briefly. Once it reached the land, it snapped the line. But at least I can say I caught one. But yeah, I like it. It's alright. Do you like hunting? No. I also don't go hunting. It requires shooting things and just, Fish I don't mind as much. Do you like camping? It's okay. I haven't been in a very, very, very long time, but it's alright. Do you like guns? Not particularly, no. Part of the reason for the whole no hunting thing. Are you getting tired of answering questions? No. It's kind of the reason for my being here. Would you consider yourself to be kinky? Giggity. No. Eyes are the window to the soul. Do you agree? What happens if somebody is blind or doesn't have eyes otherwise? Do they have no soul in this case? I don't know about soul, but they are a great source of emotion, intent, expression. So I would agree to some degree. Do you always keep your promises? Always? This is one of those tricky ones. Much as with the honesty, I try to keep my promises as much as I can, but there are those conditions where, like, oops, this thing has rendered me incapable of keeping promise because condition. At which point I hope the person understands, and then I try to do the best that I can to fulfill whatever, or do it at a later point. Because, honor and honesty and, junk like that. I'm real strict about this sort of thing. I try to keep my promises. I'm gonna say yes, because it's very conditional when I'm incapable of keeping a promise. Would you ever completely trust someone who's lied to you? Probably not, considering I've already got trust issues and I would hardly trust people who don't lie to me. Besides, what am I completely trusting them with? Plus, the thing with this, like, a little bit of everybody's lied at some point, so that's irrelevant. I would have a hard time completely trusting anybody. Are you an only child? I don't know. I've always existed. You can't remember what I was before the universe. I mean, I'm an only me. Do you ever enjoy being drunk? Skysen don't drink. That's just the idea of being drunk. Not so much. I get some people wanting to lower their inhibitions, get the buzz and stuff like that, but drinking just to be drunk, I don't get the appeal. Do you like tattoos? I wouldn't want one myself. I'm not a big fan of those, like the sleeve tattoos or people getting them all over themselves, but I like some, if they're tasteful. I'll say yes, because I've seen some really neat tattoos. Do you like being high in any form? Do I? I don't think I've ever been. Unless you count coming off of anesthetic. I'm gonna say no, but it's mostly because I don't have an answer to that. Do you believe you have a soul? That's a tough question. Never really give it much thought. Well, I mean, if we want to consider my soul my consciousness, I'm somewhere in here. Yes? Did you cry this week? No. Are you upset with someone right now? No? No. Don't have any reason to be. Is there someone you're not being completely honest with daily? No? What does that mean exactly? Like living a lie or something? Do you understand how this works yet? You ask questions, I answer questions. Yes? If you answer the questions twice, your truths may change. It's not just about answering the questions. Are we at the end now? It's about the time you spend answering them, and the combination you answer them in. I guess that's why some of the questions kind of overlapped with others. It's about many different variables you'd never guess. Do you understand? A little bit, yeah. Are you wondering if the end of the test is coming soon based on the previous question you just answered? Yeah, I asked that. If I were to tell you that this entire process was planted here for you, specifically you, to learn something about yourself, and anyone else that bothers using this is just a byproduct of its intention, would you believe that? No. For you are a game. Are you afraid of being abandoned? By whom? Am already alone. No? I guess. I don't know. Are you afraid of dying alone? That one's a little bit more tricky. My only concern with dying alone is what would happen with my pets. Or, my corpse. We need corpse disposal. And if nobody knows that I'm dead, that causes problems. If you mean, like, wanting someone at my side when I die, like, take it or leave it. No. I mean, I got legitimate concerns, but afraid of it? No. Do you worry that one day you'll be unexpectedly murdered? Doesn't really cross my mind all that often, no. Are you always on guard, waiting to fend off an attack? On guard? Frequently. Waiting to fend off an attack? No. Do you feel like I know you yet? No? You can really only learn so much from these questions. You might know that I'm a paranoid person. Have you heard any strange noises while answering these questions? Depends. Do you mean the noises in the game? Then yes. Anything else? No. I think we have enough information about you. Whether you skipped these questions, answered honestly or dishonestly, took loads of time to respond, or answered quickly without reading or understanding properly. I've been able to tell. Yeah, the whole answering quickly thing. I wonder if that actually gets factored in, considering I had to redo about half the quiz, test, whatever. How does one skip questions in this? That was never an option. I'm calculating your results. I'm analyzing you very carefully. I'm judging you harshly. Based on what you've told me, this is what I can conclude. You're really weird. People would do real well to start taking you a bit more seriously and listening to you a lot more often. Yes, I am fantastic in that way. Your intelligence is incredibly underrated, even by your own standards. That's questionable. If a zombie apocalypse were to ever occur, you'd be everyone's best friend because their relationship with you wouldn't be an option. You would simply be a necessity to survive. Okay, that one's got me. That amuses me there. Because I do often think of zombie apocalypse and other such hypotheticals. Planning, options, ways of surviving, places to go, things like that. So, once upon a time, I was talking to some people online, and we actually formed a little imaginary zombie apocalypse crew, figuring out where we would go, what sort of base we'd have, stuff like that, just for fun. So I kind of like this outcome here. You have so much to offer to this world and those around you, but you absolutely must make your talents and knowledge readily available. People are often too afraid to ask for your opinion at times. Even when they do, they're afraid of your truths. Hey, that one's on a border there. People have asked my opinion, and it's not so much that they were afraid of my truths, I just kind of ticked them off. Again, you want an honest opinion. You ask me, you get an honest opinion, like it or not. You're not like others. You're special. Oh boy, I'm unique, just like everyone else. Not everyone is going to cut it in this life, and that's an unfortunate fact. But you, on the other hand, are going to thrive no matter what happens. You've got what it takes to take any project to the next level, whether it's working on your own or as part of a team. If you say so, you're underrated. You're underappreciated, and you're often misunderstood. Oh boy, that actually does feel kinda true. It feels egotistical to think or say that I am underrated, underappreciated, but I am frequently misunderstood at the very least. It's not fair, but life isn't fair, and it never will be. That's also true. Life will always be what you make it, and you've got some insane amounts of potential. Hey, thanks. Ultimately, it's still up to you what you decide to do with it. I would like to make better quality stuff for the YouTubes, but that doesn't seem to be panning out. Same with doing the live stream. But people don't seem to want to watch my stuff. I don't know why. I don't get feedback, so it's hard for me to grow. I guess that's part of the, everything else he's been saying. He, she, it. I don't know what you are. Maybe it's you talking. Maybe it's a blood bucket. But I don't know. One thing I will say, however, is that you need to snap out of the false reality that you tend to live in sometimes. The world you've managed to escape to in your own head, while much better than the world around you, is not going to get you anywhere in life. What world is this? What false reality? Actions are what make things happen. Actions will take you to the next level, not just sitting in your head all day long. Let this be the swift kick in the butt you need to be productive and take things to the next level. Ah, so you mean getting stuck in my head. Well, that's all a bit complicated, what with the ADD and such. I am, basically trapped in there. It's kind of rough, but I make do. Don't waste any more time. Just kick butt and allow yourself the successful life you deserve. This is, your secret word is order. Remember this word. This will come in handy. I wonder if it's in relation to the other games, because again, this is part of a trilogy, I believe. Also, that was, a lot of that felt eerily appropriate to me. So this was a very decent test, I guess. I wonder if the, people who made this game were, like, psych students or something. Fade into the darkness. Take the secret word that was assigned to you at the end of your session and leave it in a comment for us. Comment where we will be selecting some of you based on your answers to be included in a future project we're currently working on. Well, this game came out in 2020, so I don't think that's applicable anymore. Don't be afraid. This is an opportunity for you to be part of history. This is a chance for you to be a part of something greater. Be sure to note your secret word in your comments. If you do not wish to be a part of an upcoming project, simply leave your secret word out of your comments and we will not select your name. We appreciate any and all comments you leave, and we will always read them thoroughly. Thank you for taking the time to answer these questions. I know they've been of some help to you, and if they aren't yet, it will all make sense very soon. Trust me on that. You can find the test, Hypothesis Rising, the test, Final Revelation, and the test chamber on Steam if you've enjoyed this installment. You can also find the Journey series, the Advisor series, which we've encouraged everyone to try. Yeah, they got a whole bunch of games. If you'd like to support us further or try other games, you can find a link to all of our titles on the title screen of this game. Oh yeah, they got the other works and all. Yeah, our other games. Thank you so much for your support. We appreciate it. Hey, thanks. I feel appreciated. Crystal Cox. Nice. Just a handful of credits. And only the first few were the actual people. With the whispers. Forgot about that. So this has been the test. Interesting. Unfortunately, I do not have enough time to try to do the other tests. That is some spook. Caution. That's right. This is interesting. You've got always dash, command remember. It's got, I'm assuming some of this is the RPG Maker like stock options or something. Because when getting a thumbnail for the game, I was rifling through the game's file folders, and it has various files that do not belong in what this was. Character sheets, assets, level data, stuff like that. I don't know what any of it was, but it wasn't this. So that makes me very curious what all that's about. But yeah. Shorter stream today, bit of a one-off. So I am going to go ahead. Oop. Get us on a wind down. Close that out. That was very interesting. Very interesting. Music going. And I'm going to take a moment now. I wish to see. Hypothesis right. Ah, okay. I was mistaken before. This game was not free to play, but it is cheap on Steam. Probably because it's a relatively short test. And of course there is the entire The Test trilogy bundle. So that's pretty neat. Which apparently also comes with a couple extra games. Yeah, it's basically a bundle of the developers, everything they listed at the end there, like all their games. So I may come back next stream with the test, hypothesis rising. Because I am very curious about this, and I do like answering questions. This would have been a much shorter stream, except for the whole game locking up thing, but I guess it's amusingly for the better, considering it let me do the nearly full-length stream. Yeah, it seems like just playing through the game, even talking things out, you can play through the whole game in about an hour, give or take a few minutes. So that's pretty neat. Looks like the test is on Steam on a week-long deal that ends soon. So anybody is present right now and wishes to try the test for themselves, it is currently on a small discount until tomorrow. Yeah, this was fun. I may try to review that ending at some point after the stream. I don't know how much I'll actually be taking to heart. And again, the whole applying everything, a little bit hard for me, but I did like what it had to say. It sounded neat, at the very least. And I do wonder how many other endings there are to the game. Different lines for it to give for whatever answer. I'm also very curious about the whole word thing, secret words. I wonder what that's all about. I guess I'll have to figure out with the next streams when I get around to the other test games. I'm all curious and stuff. Also of note, while I will still be doing my live streams, starting next week I will be going on a brief hiatus from doing my YouTube videos. I will be putting out a video on Monday, and the EXO 1 finale will be going out on Wednesday, but after that, I'll be on a break until April. Taking a little bit of me time, not have to worry about doing the videos, picking out games, etc. Just need to relieve at least a little bit of extra stress so I can get some stuff done. Maybe get a fresh start once April begins. It's also going to be the first official break that I've had since starting YouTube. Which is going to feel weird. I mean, I've had some breaks before because, like, health reasons. Like the time my ear exploded. That was fun. Ended up having to stop doing videos for a little while because I couldn't hear things. But yeah, this one is going to be a break by choice. So hopefully it goes well in the end. And of course, in my absence, if you like my stuff, go check out my videos. I'll also be doing stuff over on Twitch, because I'm still going to be doing my live streams. It's like way more laid back whenever I do the live streams. No editing, anything like that. Just fun stuff. But yeah, if you like my videos, go watch them. Tell people stuff about them. Tell people to go watch them. It helps. Maybe give some feedback. That also helps. I don't know. This test thing has me wanting to grow a little bit more. But anywho, this has been another live stream with me, Mr. Skysen. If you enjoy... Excuse me. Sorry. As the test said, my mouth is a little bit dry. If you joined me in the chat, thanks for that. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you all next time, and remember to stay groovy. I need a drink.